Muy buenas a todos, soy Rusi y os traigo el capítulo número 63 de Dragon Age Inquisition. Y como os dije en la anterior versión catarro ultra serio que tengo yo aquí, así que hablaré bien poco. Y bueno, en el anterior nos hemos hecho aliados de los elfos antiguos y ahora Morrigan se mosqueó y salió pitando a por ellos. Así que yo que sé lo que va a pasar ahora. Pero vamos, esta misión está siendo muy seria. Y ese pavo, qué pedazo mazo tiene. A ver si ahora los elfos van a ser malos. Vale. La verdad es que son como los elfos de Señor de los Anillos y todo eso. Sabéis que la raza de los elfos en Dragon Age Inquisition es una raza más bien enclenque, que no tiene... Sí, adoran la naturaleza, pero no son como los elfos de Señor de los Anillos, que están hiperchetados. Suministros repuestos, cómo mola. Pues por aquí no es. Y por aquí tampoco. Entonces, ¿para dónde vamos? Porque si por aquí no es y por el otro lado tampoco, pues sigamos por aquí. Ah, por allí. Pues poca historia, ¿eh? ¿Y para dónde hostias tengo que tirar yo ahora? Por aquí.
This place looks untouched.
The entire temple must have looked like this long ago. How could the elves pour such devotion into this nonsense?
Ay, madre mía. Perdonad por las toses, porque es que a veces tengo que toser. Arco lagro. Bla, bla, bla. Me están dando muchas cositas. Dinero debo tener para aburrir. Pero ¿para dónde cojones hay que tirar aquí? Vale. Otro mosaico. Ah, mira, se ha abierto. Ah, que tengo que seguir al elfo este. Tócate los huevos. Mírale, si parece un viejo.
I think she wants us to go back.
Just a quick look around.
Y aquí ya hemos estado. Joder, le ha costado, ¿eh? Mira, por aquí hay enemigos. Hostia, hay muchos enemigos por aquí. Pues nada, vamos para allá, ¿no? Vamos, elfo.
Vier Sumiel.
¡Hala! A tomar por culo. Normal que te mueras, sí, es lo más normal del mundo. Ahora seguiremos con el elfo. Vamos a ir por ahí, sí. No vamos a liarnos mucho más. Ay, mira, han subido de nivel todos. Y no me avisan, qué malas personas son. A ver, Cassandra. Joder. Barrick asesino no. Y Dorian. Sí, a Dorian le vamos a poner. Y que vaya haciendo cositas de nigromante, que a él le molan. Yo saqueando aquí todo. Bueno, vamos, que aquí detrás de esta puerta va a haber hostias como panes. A tomar por culo. Ahí va. Ven aquí, que te voy a reventar la cara. Para allá. Y ahora que seguir por aquí, ¿no? A ver qué pasa ahora. Porque Morrigan se ha ido, se ha transformado en pájaro.
Andraste, guide us.
How has such magic lasted?
A ver. Para abajo. Vamos.
Fight on! An army of these bastards won't stop us! How will you get to the well, General? You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away. Samson! Sir, watch out! Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. We come to the back end of nowhere, and here you are.
What are you doing here, Samson?
Following his orders. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
Is that the best you could do? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. I will bring Corypheus the well's power and your head, all at once. To arms!
A tomar por culo, vámonos. ¡Hala! Joder. Joder, macho. Me están curtiendo el lomo, pero bien. Ahí. Tira para acá. ¡Hala! Y se hace más gordo, o sea. ¡Hostia! Joder. Joder. Madre mía, cómo la están curtiendo. ¡Ay, no! Me la han matado. ¡Ah! Venga, Cassandra, venga. Joder. Guay, no tengo vida para este. Madre mía. Madre mía, qué cagada más gorda. No tengo. Ni paradoria, ni nada. Tónico de ataque poderoso, venga. Buah, y encima está aturdido. Que te matan. Te van a matar. Oh, vámonos. Y se murió, ¿no?
You mustn't.
He's still breathing.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
No, Morrigan, no. La va a liar Morrigan.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Corypheus needed Samson to use the well. Without him, there's no vessel to claim it.
The moment we leave, he will send more forces to secure this place. The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. all that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
This can't be easy, holding on to what's left.
You cannot imagine. Each time we awaken, it slips further from our grasp.
Why remain? Why perform a duty without purpose?
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Gifts like this don't come freely.
No boon of Mythal was ever granted without cost. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Hostias, a ver.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen-Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
The Imperium went to great lengths to expunge Elven history. You might be the last to know the truth.
Would the elves of your lands listen to the truth?
They might. Would it hurt to try?
It very well may, Shemlin. Yes. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity, never to awaken, if fate is kind.
You could come with us. Fight Corypheus. He killed your people.
We killed ourselves. Long ago.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so... hungry.
Seems like that should be a concern.
Knowledge begets a hunger for more. I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
I do not like this. She is far too eager.
I do not hide it. To restore lost knowledge, I would risk much.
And what would you do with it? You could be worse than Corypheus.
So, paralyze yourself for fear of what might be? I can give nothing but my word. Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
Joder.
What training makes you so qualified?
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
I don't know who's better suited, and neither do you.
I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price. Bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Bueno, vamos a confiar en Morrigan.
Are you sure you want this, Morrigan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
Thoughts?
It all seems ghoulish. Let Morrigan use it, if she wants it so much.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
You're asking me? This is a lot of weird... I barely understand how any of this works.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Hostia, a ver. Joder, qué decisión más rara. Morrigan, venga. Morrigan quiere usarlo, pues Morrigan, ala. Voy a confiar en ella.
It's yours. Are you all right?
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah. I am intact. There is much to sift through. But now we can...
Through the mirror.
Hostia, qué movida. A ver qué ha pasado, tío. Que no... Uf, estoy... ¿Feudo? Ah, claro, vamos a entrar por el cristal de feudo. Uf, qué movida más tocha. No sé si habré hecho bien lo de darle el este a Morrigan, lo estoy pensando ahora. Y yo no salgo. Ah, vale, vale.
It is done.
Vale, está hecho y...
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
Meaning he will attack us directly. At Skyhold.
Not necessarily. But neither will he remain idle.
And how could you have such insight into his plans?
The Well of Sorrows held many voices, and they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom, secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to...
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
Tócate los huevos.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Tócate los huevos. Vaya misión principal que... Joder. Bueno, vamos a ver... Vamos a ver las misiones que hemos desbloqueado. Que habrá unas pocas. No quiero hablar con Morrigan ahora, ni hacer misiones raras, ni nada. Mira, Morrigan ya no está. A ver, Fereden. ¿Tenemos algo en Fereden que hemos completado? Sí, esta de aquí. Amuleto de voluntad soberbio. Aquí hay otra. Ya tengo un dragón más. Digo, una montura nueva. Vale. Vale, ahora tenemos aquí una que pone juzgar a Samson en el feudo celestial. Vale, esa la voy a hacer ahora. Esa la voy a hacer ahora. Tras que hacemos la marquesa. Pues ahora. ¿Qué más? Ahora, mira, aquí tenemos una de Fereden. Templarios rojos en la costa de la tormenta. Nueva zona desbloqueada, aceptar. No, todavía voy a ir más tarde. Si quiero hacer cosas en feudo. O sea, que tengo una zona nueva, ¿no? Seguir investigando.
At your service.
Vale, pues vamos a salir. Y vamos a hablar con la gente. A ver qué les ha parecido mi decisión. Yo creo que no la comparte ninguno, pero bueno. ¿Qué se le va a hacer?
It comes swiftly, this moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy man to the people. You'll enter legend.
I couldn't have come this far without the Inquisition at my back.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that. Farewell, my lord. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
Está todo el mundo acojonado, ¿eh?
Is this a bad time? I can come back.
No, it's all right. Bills are really not that engrossing. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
I don't need a disciple. I need a friend.
If you knew how intimidating you are, you wouldn't make it sound so simple. You just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
What am I to you, then?
None of this shit makes any sense to me. Is this the end of the world? Did Andraste send you through the breach? I have no idea. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right. I should probably get back to work. Unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
¿Desgracia perversa? ¿Qué juego es ese? Estoy un pelín jodido, con el catarro. A ver, y aquí estás.
The Temple of Mythal sounds truly astounding. I would have liked to have seen it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I'm not arrogant enough to think it's my decision alone. Whatever happens, we'll do it together.
You think to share your power, to avoid the temptation to misuse it. A noble sentiment, but ultimately a mistake.
¿Qué hostia te voy a dar?
Why? Because while one selfless man may walk away from the lure of power's corruption, no group has ever done so.
I trust my friends.
I know that mistake well enough to carve the angles of her face from memory.
Why is this so important to you?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You must not let false modesty allow you to pass your power to someone else. There are few regrets sharper than watching fools squander what you sacrifice to achieve. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
Thank you, Solus. We couldn't have done this without you.
You are welcome.
A ver, vale. El Solas es un moñas que nunca, siempre está en desacuerdo conmigo. Madre mía, ¿a dónde le voy a mandar?
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive.
Se ha puesto sexy ahí.
All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
That elf, Abelas. He said the Imperium wasn't what destroyed the elves. My people would never accept that. It would reduce us to scavengers, destroy our legacy no matter how terrible. But we should accept it. Take our history down a peg. Confront the legacy hanging over us like a shroud. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
You're not doing nothing, Dorian. You came here. You're fighting with us.
Thank you for saying that. I want to do more than stop Corypheus, however. I want to save my home. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
Toma ya. Bueno, Vamos a dejar aquí el capítulo número 63 de Dragon Age Inquisition y en el próximo seguiremos hablando aquí con la gente y vamos a ver si podemos configurar nuestro equipo para cambiar armaduras y armas y todo un poco. Así que, si os ha gustado, darle a like y nos vemos en el próximo. ¡Adiós!